There are 5 main alchemical elements composing the reality of the material world: fire, air, water, metal, and earth. And these elements manifest also in our own nature as human beings. Fire is manifested as action. Air is manifested as thoughts. Water is manifested as emotions. Metal is manifested as changes. Earth is manifested as needs. Among these elements, fire is the most important, the one that puts all the others in movement. Reason why it's associated with divine conscious. Fire transforms air into water, lower metals into pure metals, and earth within itself. Earth is the physical manifestation of a vast amount of complexities and elements in permanent interaction. And so, whatever we see is merely an outcome provided by our chemical interaction with the other elements. Although most human beings are deeply attached to their need for money, this is merely one of the many forms of manifesting earthly desires. In this case, an earthly desire associated with what was once perceived as a metal and is now associated with the air, the realm of ideas and skills from which our income is obtained. An economical depression occurs whenever the chemical elements suffer a shift, which on the other hand must manifest within the influence of fire. Fire impels the spirit upwards and changes whatever exists into a flowing cycle. In our current planetary situation, fire is pushing air into becoming water. And what this means is that wealth is becoming gradually less of a token for social needs and more of a value imposed to fulfill emotional desires. Whoever is ready for this shift can adapt and gain the advantage of the new coming realm, the new age of Aquarius, the new age of the Magi. And whoever desperately attempts to maintain the old paradigms in fear of the changes is defeated by the material world and finds himself perfectly fit for a reality that no longer exists. It is for this reason that we say that fear leads to insanity and death. The one who fears to change is struggling to keep his egotistical needs intact, and in this foolishness neglects the importance of crossing the spiritual bridge, the bridge of the abyss, to a new world before the old collapses. The new world isn't suitable for people of the old, and so the attachment to the needs of the ego isn't only a personal decision, as it is a complete detachment from the decisions made by God, and a complete contraction towards the spiritual needs of the self, the true self, the Atman. It's not possible to exist against God's favor, against the God mind. If you are still trying to live within the lower realms of the ego mind, insanity and death await you. If you are endeavoring to ascend, if you are endeavoring to reach and live from the God mind, connect with the God mind, you shall ascend to the new earth golden age. Now, it's not possible to exist against God's favor and in line with our spiritual path at the same time. The one that so thinks, the ones who thinks in this fashion, attracts death to himself. And to think that money can save you from the obvious, from all these billionaire bunker builders burrowing underground, thinking that they're going to escape and ride out the coming earth changes, they're going to learn differently. And those who think that money can save them from this obvious change, from the fatal diseases attracted to oneself, is to go deeper in the path of insanity. Everything in life demands a sacrifice, and sanity brings with it the higher amounts of pain, which can only be diluted and minimized by a voluntary detachment. And to do this, we must pray to the God of fire, to the God of the God force fire of sacrifice, the one whose chants and hymns bring greatest blessing, the ones whose mantras This is quoting from the Rig Veda, from the Upanishads, from the Vedas. Pray to the God of fire, to the God of the God of force fire, the God of sacrifice, the one whose chants, whose mantras and hymns bring greatest blessings. We shouldn't pray for God to change whatever has been put in our way, but to help us understand and never overcome the challenges that such sacrifice demands from us. Because the God of fire, the God of force fire, is always the God of changes, and only in the acceptance of the changes shall we find real miracles manifesting before our eyes. Through the God of fire, we may win wealth and health.